Hi, Danielle Jackson. Thank you so much for tuning in for another 3 Minutes of Real Estate episode. Today, we are going to discuss two topics, very common topics, actually. We're going to chat about cash-on-cash return and internal rate of return, or more commonly referred to as IRR. And if you've been following along in this series, you know that I have addressed both of these topics on multiple occasions. But I thought, given the importance and the frequency of these questions coming up, that I would consolidate much of that information into one episode so it's easier for investors such as yourself to refer back to. Some questions we get around how to be considering or evaluating these two financial metrics is one a priority over the other? What are they really measuring? And if I'm looking at two very similar investments, what could potentially be a deciding factor of one over the other? So with that, let's talk about cash-on-cash return. So cash-on-cash return is showing the cash flows received in any given period. It's generally shown as an annualized number, which means cash flows received in any given year. And then it's divided by your initial investment amount. And that percentage, once you make that equation, again, cash flows in a year divided by initial investment amount, that percentage is shown as a pre-tax return. Now, on the flip side, if we're looking at internal rate of return, or IRR, it is using those same inputs. So it's still factoring your return based on cash flows received and your initial investment, but it's taking into consideration the time value of money. So you'll also see in that equation the net present value and the hold period. So if I am looking at two very similar investments with similar cash-on-cash return percentages, and I see one that has a higher IRR and one that has a lower IRR, the higher IRR is showing me that I will be getting my initial investment returned back to me more quickly. Or in other words, a higher IRR generally shows a shorter hold period. On the flip side, if you're looking at a lower IRR, what that generally means is your capital is locked up for a bit longer. So in most cases, an investor would choose the opportunity that had a higher IRR under the pretense that a dollar today is worth more than a dollar 5 years from now. And if you're looking to really understand IRR, given it is a bit more of a complex calculation, I highly recommend jumping into Excel. It is a pre-built-in function within Excel, and you can play with the inputs to really understand how hold period can affect a IRR calculation. So with that, I hope you found this episode helpful. If you have any questions, as you know, please refer to me as a resource. I'm happy to answer questions, schedule calls, or you can email me at danielle@ashcroftcapital.com. Hope you enjoyed this and have a great day. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.